Okay, here we go. Fourth day, being homebound, where we're all retreating back. And so here is another class to offer you to keep yourself healthy and your immune system healthy. This class we're going to be working on core strength, which whenever we work with our core, it helps to build up very strong body, strong mind, builds up our immunity, it builds up our stamina and our willpower. So it's very important work to do. I want to remind you that core is not just our abdominals in the front, which we tend to make that mistake. The core, truthfully, is actually the whole center line of your body. So starting from, the area around your inner ankles, all the way up through the inner lining of your legs, through the center line of your torso, zoop, and straight out through the crown of your head. And so we're going to be hugging onto that center line of our body, and that's core work. Of course, we're working on abdominals, but we also have to remember that it's not just our front core, it's our side abdominals and lower back muscles as well, because all these abdominals actually wrap around to the back. So we'll be working very intensely on that. Also, we're going to be doing some shoulder work. So we're going to start with that, with the shoulders. So we're going to take our blanket away. You might want to keep 1 or 2 blocks nearby. I think I only use 1 block for this practice, but feel free to keep 2 blocks near you. And then we'll come down on our back with our knees bent. Let your feet feel heavy so that the pelvis feels heavy, and just let your low back relax for just a moment. We're going to keep the lower part of our body, and especially the lower trunk, very stable and quiet. As we take our arms up, we're going to bend our elbows, catch the opposite elbow. Just notice which forearm is on top. And we'll start with the shoulders. So just be very gentle here. As we inhale, we're going to pull the elbows to the right as we drop our head to the left. And then come back. Let the head remain heavy as it rolls on the floor. And then again, inhaling, sliding the elbows to the right, head to the left. So just be sure that the elbows don't drop to the floor. And then come back. Again, inhaling, elbows right, head left. As we pull on some rhomboids. These are the flat muscles between the shoulder blades. One more time. Also working on the deltoid muscles. And then we come back and release your arms. Take a breath. And then take your arms back up again. And then we're going to fold, catch the elbows. And you can go the same direction with the same forearm on top. And then we'll inhale, elbows to the left, head to the right. As you feel that gentle pull in the back of the right shoulder, and then you come back to center. And then again, inhaling. And then exhaling. And then inhale. Exhale, rolling to center. And then one more time, inhaling. And then exhale, coming back. Release your arms down and pause. Walk your feet together, folding your right knee over your left knee. For the moment, just take your arms out about 45 degrees. Keep your left foot heavy to the ground. As you inhale, drop your knees to the right. Even though your mind might want to send them to the left, go to the right and allow your head to drop to the left. As you exhale, roll back onto left foot, pressing left hip down, and return the head to center. Again, inhaling, letting the knees drop where they want to. Head drops to the left. And then exhaling, belly in, left hip down, rolling onto the sole of the foot. 2 more. Inhaling, knees to the right, head to the left. Feeling that opening through the left side of the body, and then coming back. last one. Inhaling, feeling the length. Exhaling, coming back. And then we uncross. Take your left over your right. And as you inhale, drop your knees to the left, head to the right. Exhaling, belly in, right hip down, return. Again, knees left, head right. Let your head feel nice and heavy. Just enjoying that movement, that new movement of the body. Body loves to move in different ways. Again. And back. And then one more time, rolling the head to the right, knees to the left. And belly in, we come back. Okay, so we uncross. You can keep your feet together. Fold your right leg over your left leg again. Take your arms up. Bend your elbows, and this time go ahead and take your other forearm on top. And we're going to add those two movements together. We start just like a fraction of a second with the legs. As you breathe in, the knees go to the right, elbows left, head to the right. So your head will always go in the same direction as the knees. And then as you breathe out, press your left hip down, bringing everything to center. Again, knees and head to the right, elbows to the left. And we come back. Be very careful not to pull too hard on the elbows. Okay, the shoulder joint can be pretty fragile, and it's also quite flexible, so we have to be careful. Inhaling. And then exhaling. Okay, and then just do last one on this side. Inhale. Knees and head to the right, elbows to the left. And exhaling, returning. Reach your arms up and take your arms down, uncross. Fold your left knee over your right knee. Take your arms back up again. And again, I place my forearm, the same one I just had on top. And here we go. This time on your inhale, start with your knees. They drop to the left, elbows to the right. Head goes in the same direction as the knees. And then your breath out brings you back to center. And then 3 more. Knees and head left, elbows right. Really enjoy the length of your breathing as you come back. Head is heavy, pelvis is heavy. And again, big breath in, and then returning back. And then last one, knees and head to the left, elbows to the right. And really keeping the forearms pretty much in the same plane as the chest. We don't want them dropping into the face. And then you come back. We release the elbows, we take the arms down, we uncross, and we stretch our legs down. Okay. Let that go. Taking a full breath. And then bend your knees. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock it over to the right side and round in towards the front of your mat as you sit in Dandasana. So just bringing the legs straight forward in front of you. See if you can get your torso right over your hips. And if that's challenging, sit up on a blanket. Flex your feet as you press your back knee joints down. We're going to inhale the arms up and bring them down. Out to the sides and up and down. So working with shoulders, but also starting to work with our core. Inhaling up. So keep your inner legs strong as they root down into the ground. Low back in. 2 more. Inhaling up. All the way down. And last one. Inhale, take it up. And all the way down. Rotate your shoulders. Other direction. And then from here, inhale, take your arms up. Turn to the right. Float your right hand behind you on the floor. Left hand to outer thigh. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, turn left. Right hand to outer thigh. Left hand on the floor. Keep going. Inhaling is coming back to the center. Exhaling, turning to the right. Be very careful not to overly use your hands. Let the turning come from your abdominals. Inhaling center, exhaling left. Hands are just there to stabilize the twist. Inhale, exhale. Really fully breathe out, navel to spine. Inhale, exhale left. Finish the exhale. Inhale, back to center. One more time. Exhaling to the right, navel back, shoulders relaxed. Inhaling, exhaling left. Coming back, and float your arms down. Then bend your knees, come down onto your forearms, and bring your knees into your chest. Allow your low back to just hang out for just a moment. It's a variation of what we call the hammock. And then from there, I want you to start to bring your low back in towards your belly. So there's a slight little arch in your low back. Now on your inhale, send your right leg forward, out through the heel, open your chest, lengthen the leg if you can. And then exhale, bring it back in. Left leg, inhale, stretch it out. Chest open, low back in, and exhale, pull it back in. Again, inhale, right leg, lengthen out of the belly. Exhale, draw it in. Left leg forward, open the chest, low back in, and bring it back in. Okay, let the low back sink. Bring it back in. Inhaling, right leg forward. Exhaling, left leg forward. Inhaling, right leg. Exhaling, left. Now try, even though your low back is pulled in, try to really work that opposite knee deep into the chest, right? So really pulling it in. Inhaling is right leg forward, left leg in. Exhaling is left leg forward. One more set. Inhale. It's almost like pistons of the car, right? It's not a bicycle. It's pressing straight forward. Bring the knees in. Let the low back sink. Drop your chin. Then again, low back comes in. Now you're going to start with your left leg. So you're going to inhale through the left leg forward. And if it's really challenging for your low back, just bend your knee. And then exhale, right leg, pulling the left knee in. Inhaling. So squeezing the opposite knee into the chest is pretty important for your core. Keep going. Inhaling is left leg. Exhaling is right leg. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Both knees in. Take a moment, lie back, take your knees, relax your neck. One more breath. And then let's add those two legs together. Come up onto your forearms. Bring your knees in, let your low back sink out. Then start to bring the low back in, energizing low back tissues. Flex your feet. And on your inhale, send the legs forward. Maybe halfway, maybe all the way. And then exhale, pull it back in. Inhaling. The lower you go, the stronger it gets. Exhale. Two more. Inhaling. Exhale. And then last one. Reach out through the heels. Inner legs are strong. And bring it in. Go lie down. Hold the backs of your knees and rock forward into sit. Go back again. Rock forward. One more time. Rock forward. Cross your ankles. Come forward onto your hands and knees. From your hands and knees, take your knees hip distance apart, hands under shoulders, and then draw the navel in as you inhale, arch your back, opening your throat, exhaling, tucking tail and head. 3 more. You open up, keeping your side waist pulled in, and then you round under. You can use your toes to help you. Open, extension of front spine, belly in, and then you pull in, tuck. One more time. Keep that integrity of your abdominals and especially the side obliques. And then you come into a straight spine, untuck your toes, coming down onto your forearms, and you can take the palms of the hands together or interlace your hands together. And then you're going to send your legs back. Now, if this gets really challenging for your low back, you can take your knees down. Now, really power up your legs and send your chest forward. Walk your feet together. Walk your feet together. Then you're going to take the heels to the right. Stack your feet. Keep your chest and your face down towards your hands, and then roll back onto the toes. Drop your heels left. Keep your hips up. Careful that they don't sink. Coming back onto the toes, heels to the right. Back onto the toes, heels to the left. And then you just keep swinging. Inhaling is always back to center. Exhaling is dropping the heels. So now we're working both on shoulder work and core work, strengthening both. Heels to the right, heels to the left. When you finish the left, come back to center, open your chest, and then take your knees down. Come up onto your hands and come into child's pose. And just let the shoulders relax into the neck. Just give that air space around your shoulders and your upper back. And then coming forward up onto your hands and knees. Just take downward facing dog. Just opening up the backs of the legs, taking one heel up and then the other heel. Hugging into your shoulders, allowing the inner arms to hug in towards each other, so be very careful not to overstretch in your shoulders in downward facing dog. Then, from down dog, let both your heels reach back, and then place your right elbow down, and then your left elbow down. So we're in forearm down dog. Start with your right hand, press your right hand down, then your left hand back into down dog. Now start with your left elbow down, right elbow down, then left hand down, right hand down. Start with your right elbow, bring it down, left elbow down. Okay, keep your legs strong. And then again, left hand down, right hand down. Then on your inhale, lift your heels, look forward, and step to the top of your mat. Coming into a halfway lift. And then on your exhale, step it back again into downward facing dog. Take your knees down, cross your ankles, and sit back. Hold the backs of your knees. Lift your chest. Lift your feet to about the level of your knees. And then we're going to just very slowly come down onto lower back. See if you can reach your arms. Now we're going to practice Kapalabhati breathing, which is really good for your respiratory circulation and your blood circulation and for your overall health, for the health of your thyroid. And it's a very powerful fire breath out through the nose. So we'll do it together. You're going to inhale through the nose, and you're going to pump it out through the nose. Inhale together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the backs of the knees, rock forward, and come up. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. So what's really important is that you keep the movement down in the belly rather than in the shoulders. It tends to climb up into the shoulders, so try to keep it low in your core, really deep in the center. And then lean back, chest up, take your feet up, and then very, very slowly, slowly, slowly start to come down onto your lower back. You can continue to hold the backs of your knees if that's more supportive for you. Otherwise, reach your arms about the level of your shoulders. And then we're gonna all breathe in deeply together to start Kapalabhati. And we pump it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the backs of the knees, rock forward, and we sit tall. Cross your legs and fold. And then we lift our head, we walk our hands back in. We're going to shift onto our hands and knees again. Walk your knees back. Coming into downward facing dog. From our down dog, lift your heels, look forward, walk or step to the top of your mat, bringing your feet together, halfway lift. And then we fold, active forward bend. So draw the navel in towards the spine as you tuck your head and your nose between your legs. And then rise all the way up with a flat back, coming up, and then hands to the chest. Okay, so let's go through a sun salutation with fallen triangle. Arms up. We fold. Halfway up. Downward dog. Okay, so set up your down dog. Feet are just a small hip distance apart as we glide forward, shoulders over, wrists. You can take your knees down here to come into chaturanga. Slowly go down. Spread the toes back. Cobra pose, lifting, keeping a long neck, making the work come more from your low back than from your hands. We take it down. Downward dog. On your in-breath, take your right leg up. Bring your knee into your chest. We come into kind of like a half plank pose with a rounded back. And we're gonna take this right leg, we're gonna take the back heel down, flexing the foot, then take your right leg under, lift it up to the height of your hip. Both feet are flexed. And then you're gonna reach your right arm forward, and you're gonna spin open. You're gonna lift your chest to the sky. Then you're gonna take your hand down, pull your right leg back in and up, three-legged dog. Bringing the knee to the chest, look forward. Now this time, step your foot to the top of your mat. Take your back heel down. Back foot should be at about 45 degrees. Press your front foot, front big toe, coming up into warrior one. So don't be overly concerned about the hips facing the front of the mat. They can face towards the top left corner of your mat. Arms up, take your hands down. We step out, downward dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg up. Bring your knee into chest as we come into kind of half plank, flexing the foot. Back heel drops into the mat, flexing the back foot. Take that left leg under you, straightening both the legs, lifting the hips, reaching the right arm forward, and spin open. Take your hand down, pulling left leg back in and up. So there's a lot of core work there. And then bringing your foot to the top of the mat. Coming up onto your fingertips. Back heel drops into the mat. Press your front big toe. Rise up. Warrior one. So really press your feet down and away from each other to really open the upper body. And taking your hands down, step it out, downward dog. Lift your heels. Gaze forward, hop, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway up and fold. Coming all the way up with a flat back. Taking hands to chest. Okay, I'd like to do that one more time. Arms up. Take a fold. Halfway up, feel free to take the hands to the lower legs to really get that extension through the spine. Downward dog. Setting up your down dog to come forward, shoulders over, rest. Keep your legs strong, inner legs lifting towards the sky. Opening the chest, shifting forward into the toes. Take your time going down. So take your time with your breath. Spread your toes back. Lift your chest, neck long. Coming down, downward dog. Relax the head. Right leg up. Knee to chest coming forward halfway. Take your back heel to the right, flexing the foot. Send your right leg under, out to the left. Reach your left arm forward. Lift the hips, spinning open. Taking the hand down, retracting right leg into chest, and then up. And then forward to your hands. Back heel down, press your front big toe, pressing the feet away from each other as you lift open, belly in and up. Hands down, downward dog. Here we go, left leg up. Knee to chest, rocking halfway forward, back heel hops into the mat, flex that foot, send the left leg out to the side, lift bottom hip, reaching arm forward, and then open your chest. Open your chest. Taking the right hand down, retract, knee into chest, left leg up. Bringing your foot to the hands, up on your fingertips, back heel drops into the mat, press your feet down, lift it up, warrior one. Hands down, and we step out, downward dog. Okay, take about 4 or 5 breaths. You can always take child's pose. Sometimes these sun salutations, these different variations can be a little bit more exhausting when it's something new. And then as we inhale, we lift our heels, we look forward, hopping or stepping silently to the top of our mat. So really using your core to come back to the top of your mat. Hands can come to the lower legs. And then we fold. Coming back into a halfway lift. Slightly bend your knees. Notice how that sends the chest forward. Pulling inner hips back. And then reaching your arms forward. So the whole upper body is running parallel to the floor. And then from there, you start to press the feet down to lift the hips as you take your chest forwards towards the horizon. So it's Utkatasana. It's not my favorite pose. So see if you can drop your story here and just find your breathing, listening to your breathing. Explore it, investigate it. And then taking your hands to your chest, reaching forward until the spine is almost parallel again. Turn to the right, taking elbow to the outside of your knee. Now, if that's not possible, you can also take your left hand, left fingertips to the floor on the outside of your left leg. Otherwise, you hook and you draw the belly in, left kidney in, right lung out. Then look down, lifting left heel, and then sending your left foot to the back of the mat, just your toes. And then we revolve back out again. One more breath, keep that back leg really strong. Then we look down, lean forward into front foot, bring your feet together, stay in your twist as you take your left fingertips to the floor, fingers facing the same direction as your toes, right arm up over left, belly in. Take your hands together, very slowly unravel until your chest is facing downward. Reach your arms forward just to reestablish. Lift your chest up. And then take your hands down. Tuck in. Halfway up. Downward dog. Okay, take a couple breaths. Sometimes it feels good to bend the knees and re-straighten again. And then lifting your heels, looking forward, taking a hop or a step back to the top of your mat, feet together, halfway up. And then we fold. Tuck in, belly work here. Coming into a halfway lift, bend your knees. Reach your arms forward. Inner hips back. And then we start to take the chest up towards the horizon. So back into Utkatasana. Now if you have low back issues, take your Utkatasana up higher. The lower you go, the more it is stressful for your low back. All right, so just do what you need to do to drop any irritation. Taking your hands to your chest, reaching forward, spine almost parallel to the ground. Turn to the left, hooking elbow to knee, to left knee. Okay, so just take a moment to feel the extension of your spine, even though we're in a rotation. Right kidney in, left lung out. Then look down at your feet, lift your right heel, and then sending your right toes to the back of the mat. And then spin back out again. Keep breathing. Back leg powerful. Then gazing down again, leaning forward into your left foot, bringing right foot back to left foot. Then if you can, get your fingertips to the floor. You can also use a block. And then taking your left arm up. And then take your hands together, back into prayer. And then revolve the chest downwards towards the ground. We're back at center. Reach your arms forward, inner hips back. And then take your chest up, back into Utkatasana. Let it go, hands down, tuck in, halfway up. Downward dog. Okay, take a breath. Come forward into the staff pose, a high plank pose. Inner legs are active towards each other and up towards the sky. Rock it forward into the toes, slowly come down. Toes back, chest forward. Coming down, downward dog. Okay, so now on your inhale, lifting heels, gazing forward, take a silent hop or a step to the top of your mat. And we fold. Reach your chest forward, coming all the way up. Hands to chest. Okay, so we're going to step out to the side. So whatever side that you can face me. And we'll turn the toes slightly in so that the outer edges of your feet are running parallel to the top and the back of your mat. And the hands are going to come to the hips. We're going to lift the kneecaps and the chin slightly. And then as we breathe out, we're going to reach it forward until your back is running parallel to the ground again. What we just did in the last sequence, drawing your inner hips back and your chest forward. Then take your fingertips down. Reestablish that halfway lift. Exhale your hands back to the hips, 4 fingers in the front. Keep lifting the kneecaps. And then slowly, slowly release your torso further down until the crown of your head melts towards the floor. Now, if you're more flexible and your head is actually touching the ground, then it's better to walk your feet in so that your head always has free space, so that we can just practice this exhale of drawing the upper body through the legs, using the breath, using the core. So that includes your inner legs. Every exhale, drawing the torso deeper between the legs. One more breath. then coming back up halfway, take your fingertips down. Then take your left hand, dive it under your right arm, and you're gonna reach for your right ankle. See if you can catch the right outer ankle or the shin bone. Then from there, you're gonna take your right hand to your hip, 4 fingers in the front. Start to pull away from your left hand to turn your chest open. So we have this tendency to just turn the whole upper body over to the right leg. Pull back away from it to open your chest. Then with your left leg, the one you're not looking at, you're gonna bend that knee and you're gonna go deeper into that leg. So just drop your body weight back into that left leg. And then very slowly start to re-straighten your left leg as you turn your chest open a little more, your upper chest. One more breath. Inner legs are reaching back. And then let that go. Bring your hands back to the front, lifting your chest into a halfway lift. Up on your fingertips. Take another breath. And then taking your right hand under left arm, reaching for the outer left ankle or shin bone. Then taking your left hand to your hip, 4 fingers in the front. Start to pull away from that right hand. So we really want to keep a lot of space around the chest, opening the chest to the left. And then now start to bend your right knee. Start to lean back into that right leg. Get it loaded with weight. And then re-straighten the right leg. And as you do that, revolve your upper chest open a little more. Any kind of rotation demands quite a bit of core work. And then we release that, and we walk our fingertips forward, coming into a halfway lift. Pause. And then taking your hands to your hips. Okay, if you need to bend your knees, please do that to keep the spine long as you come up, up, up. And then from there, we take our heels in, we squat, and we step to the top of our mat. Bring your feet together, arms down. I'm going to take our arms up, and we fold. Halfway up, downward dog. Okay, hug into your shoulders. Be very careful not to overstretch the shoulders in down dog. Coming forward into high plank, shoulders over the wrists. Open your collarbones. Shift into the toes. Take your time coming down. Spread your toes back, lifting more from your low back core than from your hands into Cobra, and then into down dog. One more time, lift your right leg up. We're gonna do the fallen triangle. Knee into chest, half plank. Drop your back heel to the right, flexing that foot, pressing right leg under you, out to the floor, left arm forward. Lift your hips, spin your chest open. This is side oblique work. Taking your hand down, retracting the leg in and up. Taking the knee into chest, look forward, step through. Take your back heel down, warrior one. Hands down, downward dog. Left leg up. Knee into chest. Coming halfway forward, drop your right heel to the left. Pressing left leg out to the side, straightening both your legs, lifting your hips. Right arm forward, spin the chest open. Taking the hand down, pulling knee back into chest, lifting the leg up to the sky. Bringing foot to the hands. Up on your fingertips, back heel, drop it into the mat, warrior one. Strong feet. And then taking your hands down and stepping it out, downward dog. Beautiful. Now, knees down, cross your legs, sit back again. Take the backs of your knees and lift your feet. Okay, lift your low back in as well. So we're just taking our boat a little bit higher now. We're going to practice the Kapalabhati breathing. So it's really good for your thyroid gland as well, which is your youth gland, and it's the gland in your body that releases especially 2 different types of hormones that helps to regenerate all the cells in your body. So it's really also very important for our immunity. We take our arms forward. Here we go. Take a breath in, out through the nose. We pump it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the backs of your knees. Take your feet down. Open your knees. Take a fold. Walk your hands in. Lift your chest up. Knees together. One more time. You can remain holding the backs of your knees. You can remain with your knees bent. You can also, on this last one, take your legs straight and reach your arms. Let's all breathe in together. And we pump it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the backs of the knees, bend the knees, open the knees out to the sides, and half release it. You don't have to go all the way into a deep fold. So just be gentle with your low back. Walk your hands in. Sit tall. Take your knees together. You're going to come back into that hammock position here. Just letting your low back sink for just a moment. And then take your feet down. Release the legs all the way down. And we come down onto our back. Okay, so we're going to do a much lower Navasana now. Okay, and anytime we take the boat pose closer to the ground, there's more gravitational pull. So you might be feeling this even more in and around the center line of your body. So here we go. We're going to start alternating the legs. So on your exhale, we're going to lift head and chest, arms, and right leg. You inhale, you come down. Left leg. Inhale, come down. Right leg. Come down. Now if you're feeling your neck, which I tend to do easily, you can hold the back of your head rather than reaching your arms. Right leg. Inhale down. Left leg. Inhale down. One more round. Exhale, right leg. Coming down. Left leg. Coming down. Pause. Soften. Belly softens. Neck softens. And now we're going to keep the feet together. We're going to do it together. So again, if you start to feel your neck, or if you feel your low back, you bend your knees. If you feel your neck, you hold the back of your head. On the breath out, we lift. We inhale, we come down. Feet together, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's pick it up a little bit. So as variation, and I'll show you here, hold the back of your head. 5 more. And then we come down and we let it go to soften. Feel that pulse inside. And then we walk our feet in. We bring the knees into the chest and we send the legs up. Palms of the hands are going to face down. So we're going to do another kind of more of a rapid movement. Rapid is a big word in yoga, but it's a little bit of a faster movement. Palms of the hands are going to face down. You're going to go from a shoulder, like a half shoulder stand, into a squat. So on your inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, take the hips down, bend your right knee, rock forward, come up onto your fingertips, come into a curl squat as you reach your left leg forward. Really extend it. Inhale, roll back, shoulder stand. Bend your left knee, rock forward, roll squat, reaching your right leg forward. Inhale, shoulder stand. Bend your right knee, roll forward, come up. Inhale. Left leg. Inhale. Bending right leg. Inhale. Bending left. One more. Bending left. Coming up. Full shoulder stand. Hold your back. Walk your elbows together. Lift your chin as you lift your toes. Bend your knees, lower the knees right to the center of the forehead. Take your arms down, very slowly roll the spine down. Take the feet down and take the feet as wide as the edges of the mat. Take your arms out at 45 degrees and just let your knees drop side to side where they want to drop. Back and forth. As we just release the work. And then bringing your knees back to center, arms back on the mat. Release your legs down. Coming into the center, legs down. Let the feet flop out. Close your eyes. And just slowly release into the center of your body. Letting everything release. Finding that inner space again. And can you feel into the residue of your practice, just feeling the movement still happening on the inside while your outer body stays really quiet. And the quieter that your outer body is, the more you can feel those pulsations on the inside. And so I invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like, and you can press pause whenever you'd like. And settle into that nice rhythm of your breathing and the rhythm of the internal movements inside. Namaste.